Hey guys, this is Jason. I'm sitting down here in our little mini orchard on Fraker Acres. Just kind of wanted to share something with you that I've been learning over the past 2 to 3 years about the pruning process of our little orchard here, trying to get the best out of our fruit trees, and really how that has bled over into my spiritual life over the past few years. There's 3 times a year that you prune the trees. One would be the winter time, the second time's the springtime, and the third is probably about mid-summer once you start bearing fruit. So we'll kind of go through these real quick and talk to you about them. The first time being the winter time when you prune. Once all the leaves fall off the trees, you want to prune the tree for any dead branches, any diseased branches, anything that's grown up over the previous summertime. You want to make sure that there's nothing growing up. And how that kind of equates over to my spiritual piece is that I have to do the same thing, is to be intentional about pruning things out of my life. Anything that's dead, anything that's diseased, or anything that's growing up, kind of exalting itself, exalting myself. To look at it more of as I want my reach, I want my fruit trees going out and not up. Same thing with my life. I want my reach going out and not up, exalting myself. So that's one piece of pruning. The second piece of pruning will be in the springtime. Once we start getting some foliage on the trees, we've already kind of taken off the dead and diseased and anything going up. So now you come down, you take a look, and you want to be real intentional about your per se canopy of your tree. You want to trim off any foliage up top that's going to reduce the light that gets to the bottom of your tree. The reason is, you know, everything up top is going to collect all the energy from the sun and the good stuff, and the bottom of your tree is really going to suffer. So through this time period, spiritually, I have to do the same thing. When I start producing what it could be fruit, as I'm investing, there's a such thing of doing too much good. You spread yourself too thin, and then the things down here at the bottom tend to suffer, and you don't want that. You want your whole tree, you want your whole life to be in tune and to thrive. And sometimes you have to prune off some stuff up top and not spread yourself too thin. The third piece of pruning is once your tree actually starts producing fruit, you have to come down and intentionally assess the fruit that it's producing. You want to trim off any fruit that's bad, anything that looks diseased, any clusters that are too close together. You want to prune off and just choose select groups of that fruit that look to be the healthiest and the largest. The same way when you get into your spiritual life, or I get into my spiritual life, I want to come in and look at some of the fruit that I'm producing. And trim off anything that's bad or diseased or kind of stalled and stopped growing. The same thing, because ultimately the tree and myself, we only get so much energy and so much fed into us that if you spread it too thin, then nothing's going to grow to its fullest potential. And my final piece on that is I can look back at it, and I look at a fruit tree like this one. I never see it straining to produce fruit, you know, muscling up, grunting, anything like that. It just produces fruit. That's what it's made to do. Same thing in my life, and your life too, probably. If we are fully vested in the pruning piece and the caring for ourselves and caring for others, making sure our reach goes out and not up, we won't have to strain to produce fruit. The fruit's just going to be a product of the work we've done on the bottom end. So just my encouraging word to you today. I hope y'all have a great week. I hope this has inspired you a little bit, and know that your life matters. You matter.